drives sections, rapid use of the PLCs, SMPS, power supply sections. These basically create like this. In this slide you can see different variety of the load are available in the commercial building. Even if you will think about your campus or your residential quarter or any society or flat, you can see different variety of load you will find, including refrigerator, air conditioner motors, or your fan, or heater, geyser. Many different variety of the loads are there, and all have their different torque and characteristics, and all have their different harmonic profile also, depending upon that it is a linear load or a non-linear load, depending upon that which power electronics converter is basically used here. So that's
Excuse
what
me, sir. Excuse me,
yeah.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
The slide is not being shared, sir. We are not able to see the slide.
Manoj, Dr. Manoj, are you able to see it?
I can visible. It's visible, sir.
It's visible, na? And
It is not shared.
Yes, sir.
other participants?
Sir, it's visible.
Visible, sir.
Visible,
Oh.
sir.
So, ma'am, I think that from your end, you can again disconnect it and again kindly connect it, because other
Okay,
participants are able to.
Okay, sir. I'll check it out. Sorry for interruption.
No, not issue, not issue. Okay, so let me proceed. This dictation already I read it, because in my normally this is my tendency not to read the slide. So, but already we discussed this thing, that what is the power quality definition, and beautiful definition is there, that okay, we don't want to interrupt the wave shape. Basically, this is the main conclusion of that. Whatever the wave shape is there regarding the voltage profile and the current profile, they should be remain sinusoidal. And regarding the magnitude of the voltage, okay, it should be strictly follow as per the standard of what is the nation standards, or whatever the international standard, like 230 plus minus 10%, or 400 plus minus 10%, 420 or 40, and strictly frequency also. And already discussed that frequency range is now narrower. But we cannot comment on the current profile, because current magnitude, because it depends upon the load. So this definition already we discussed, but and very important in the last paragraph, that whatever the quality is concerned for the refrigerator motor, that may depends, that is not sufficient for the sensitive loads, because some interruption may be possible, may be permittable. I should say permittable for a refrigerator motor, but that type of interruption should not be permittable to the sensitive loads. I think one of the participants asked here one very important question, and very good question was there. If I remember that, his question was related to the harmonic of the different loads, or harmonic standard for the different loads. So the answer of that question will be found in the next coming slides. Yeah. So starting from the power electronics advantages, and then now I'm not covering the disadvantage of the only power electronics. These are the general power electronics power quality problems. Whenever I'm saying power quality problems, it may depends upon transmission system to the distribution system both. Like the voltage sag of this cell, it is a problem. Definitely means voltage is going low or going high, as per the means plus minus whatever the 10% margin is there, above or below that. Interruption, under voltage, over voltage, flickering, these are the certain problems which occurs in the power quality of the power system. One of the most important problem which also cover under the power quality is the harmonic distortion. So yeah, I think somebody has unmute his mic or her mic. Kindly mute the mic. Whenever we start the discussion, then only you can unmute your mic. This is my request. So voltage notching, disturbances, output and the frequency variation, these are the general problem. But sir, why you only bold this? Because basically this is the problem. Because when we are concerning, because the topic of this presentation, this FDP is also renewable energy grid integrations and its consequence. Basically, when we are discussing this, so we cannot eliminate the requirement of the power electronics converters. So beautifully, Beautifully, I started my journey from the power electronics, from my smart grid, then some integrations, and then some power to converters, and then I'm coming to the problems, because when the power electronics converters will be work as a interface or as a modulator between the load and the source, definitely the current and the voltage profile will not be remain sinusoidal due to the switching action, and then your distortions, your harmonic distortions will present into the system in easy language. In easy language, I can say in easy language that now according to the Fourier, your your that periodic waveform will be divided into fundamental component plus some other components which are again whose frequency are again basically multiple times integer multiple times of the that fundamental frequency. If you think about 50, then in the multiple of that you can find the other component. Those other components are basically known as the harmonics, and the distortions in the waveform, in the magnitude variation, you will find that is due to the harmonic, that is basically due to the harmonic current or harmonic voltage. Here one a very interesting question I want to discuss later on also, maybe you are aware, because you are definitely good participant here. uh, what about the current harmonics and voltage harmonics, that which is more dominant in nature? This question we will discuss after some time. What current harmonics and the voltage harmonics, first which is creating and which is more dominating in nature in the load. We will discuss this thing later on. Okay, so again a very brief. So problem. What was the problem in the last slide? You can see here it is a general slide which having the transmission system, then the distribution system, then the household application, and you are running via a long path. So here end user power quality means voltage current and frequency that do not cause failure or misoperation of the equipment. This is the for the end user basically. This is for the end user. End user means me, you. Okay. What is this? This is the transmission and distribution power quality. Okay, nominal voltage plus minus 5% or more than that, or less than that. It depends upon country to country. What your energy commission or electrical regulatory commission or regulatory authorities of national or state, basically here the national, they what they are recommending it. So for that, it is that nominal voltage should be this much of this. Here again the current is not specifically here, because we know that the current cannot be specifically of magnitude. Okay, for generator power quality means, you can see here power quality is also again divided into at the generation side, at the transmission and the distribution side, and at the end user power quality side. End user want, okay, my voltage and the current and the frequency did not cause any failure or misoperation. Transmission distribution side, okay, my voltage profile should be strictly follow this, which also consists the stability issue. Many of the researchers are working on the stability issue, because when different renewable energy sources, when different microgrids are having microgrids are basically when taking this simultaneous operation, so definitely the voltage stability is a major task. Okay, so this is about this. Now, this is the voltage sag. We can see here. I'm just going slightly fast, because I think that this is a very brief slide, very easy slide, definitely. So duration for a sag is 0.5 to 1 minute, causing large induction motor or utility fault. Even you can observe when some welding machine is operating in nearby your premises, you can also have this type of sag or dip. This is a simulation for that. I'm skipping it. Okay, this is the some fault is coming, maybe, and then voltage is increasing from 110 to 180% of the nominal voltage, and again the cycle will be like this. So it is soil problem, sag, soil, impulsive transient, oscillatory transient. You can see the difference between both. Sorry, this is the impulsive transient. This is oscillating transient. Suppose some switching of the power factor correction capacitors are there, maybe due to that this type of oscillating, which will be decay out after some cycles. Okay, fluctuation. You can we already observe this type of fluctuation in our house also. Maybe some arc furnace is running nearby to our premises, cycloconverter or other, some stem which draw current not in the synchronized with the line frequency. Some interruption for some cycle. This interruption maybe not affect the refrigerator motor. This is very important term, that maybe that interruption maybe not affect the refrigerator motor. This question normally asked in the interview also. Maybe not interrupting means, suppose some refrigerator motor is there, and then suppose some sudden interruption is there for let 4 cycle or let 5 cycle or 10 cycle. Then what effect will be there on the cooling? So if for the 10 cycle or for 5 cycle or not let 20 cycle also, it hardly doesn't matter for the cooling purpose. But if it is some sort of equipment which is very sensitive, like some LED or some other sensitive equipment like some radar system, they may affect with a small variation of even 2 to 3 cycles. It depends. That's why I told you that the power quality is also having a variation or variety of definitions for different depends upon the load. Okay, so and the noise also. So okay, so, this is the simulation. Yeah. So why the power quality has become important? So this is the first and the very prominent answer due to the COVID also. Rapid use of personal computers and the computerized equipment. Before this condition of the COVID, this pandemic, we all are interacting with each other and discussing the things in the conference or in the workshop. But maybe now the again future will come. Definitely a good future will come. But still nowadays we can see rapid use of these devices are increasing day by day. Even the cost of these computerized equipment at the laptop is increased very much. Electronic and magnetic fluorescent lamps, semiconductor industry, ASDs, VSDs, these converters, PLC system, SMPS system, UPS system. These are the points. Basically, these are the problems which basically affect the power quality of the system. Now you can say, sir, which parameter of that problem will affect by this? So I should say this slide is basically the effect will be on normally on the harmonic side. Yes, maybe some large induction machine is there, maybe because in induction heating or on the arc welding basically. So maybe that, because arc welding type machine is a dynamic type of load. So there also you will feel some disturbances in the voltage also simultaneously with the current. So maybe, but the main prominent disadvantage of these loads will affect in the current side. Okay, so we again came to the point to that current harmonics and the voltage harmonic. So house is open for the discussion. I should not want to read the definition. I think all we are having the knowledge of this. So can anybody tell me the answer that, okay, which pattern should come first, current harmonic or voltage harmonic, and which is the dominant in nature?
Current harmonic is dominant in nature, sir.
The voice is coming from your background. Basically, I'm not getting your answer.
Current harmonics is basically dominant in nature, sir.
Current harmonics. Very good. Very good. Okay. Any other participant want to share his or her views?
But voltage harmonics are more frequent, no, sir?
Okay. So can I ask you this question, that why you want to say that voltage harmonics is more or dominant? What basically forced you to say this answer? Can you explain?
The reason is, whenever there is any switching operation that is being done, then you can see that the voltage fluctuations occur very frequently.
No, ma'am. Professor, can I know your name?
I am Sudha, sir.
Sudha. So I think Professor Sudha, the main thing is that we are discussing here harmonics. We are not discussing here any fluctuation. Fluctuation is a different thing.
Okay.
Are you getting my point? Fluctuation is a different thing. In the case of fluctuation, also your wave shape of the voltage will remain sinusoidal.
Mhm.
But in the case of harmonics, your waveform will not remain sinusoidal.
Mhm.
This is the main thing. So here we are discussing so basically, if you will see the industrial load, so the dominant load of the industry is the inductive load. The main dominant load of the industry is the inductive load. And whenever the inductive load is there, so means inductive or RL load. So can I say simply, again, a very important question which was asked by some professor in one interview, very important question. Can a RL load, resistive inductive load, RL load, is responsible for generating the harmonics? My question is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir, clear.
Dr. Manoj,
Sometime may be generated, sir. RL load is also generated harmonic when the load is varying with frequently with respect to industry.
Okay. Any other? This is a very nice interaction which I am feeling here. May I know your name, sir?
My name is Ansu Anand.
Okay, very good. Okay, so any other faculty member or participant wants to give his or her suggestion? Basically, my question was, I think Professor Anand, you might be you don't got my question. Basically, my point is that a RL load is there, and in industry, maybe
Yes,
you
sir.
are right. Maybe you are right that maybe you are right in industry. Inductive load matlab means RL load basically, because we cannot
RL load,
eliminate
yes, sir.
the resistance. We cannot eliminate the resistance. So
Resistance solvent present.
when a RL load will be there, it is not a non-linear load. It is
Yes.
because only you will find a displacement in the power factor. Means you will find only a lag or lead in the case of RL or RC loads. You will only find the voltage and the current lag or lead in the case of RL or RC type or RLC type of load. But you will not find any distortions in the current or the voltage waveform. Are you getting my point, Professor Anand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
So this
Only
is the point.
lagging or leading concept is included.
Yes.
No variation of
So that
wave.
lagging or leading is not the distortion.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Not distortion.
No, that is not the distortion. This is very important point, like the refrigerator motor. So that is not the distortion. That is basically we are just seeing some lag or lead in the voltage and the current, nothing else. And which is
Yes, sir.
basically
Yes.
making our power factor poor.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yes,
good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, one thing is, if there is a voltage harmonics in a system, then the current harmonics can introduce automatically or not?
Okay. So Professor, can I give the answer to this question after 2 minutes?
Okay, sir, no problem.
So first we will discuss the Professor Anand view. So according
Okay,
to
sir.
my view is that, and Madam also, Professor Sudha also told this. So in industry, basically the RL load is not the pure RL load. That is basically used by some rectifier system or some using some inverter system or some converter system. So
Okay, sir.
due to that switching of the switches, even if your diode is also there, that will not remain your input supply current sinusoidal. Again, here I want to clear, I am not talking about the power factor. I think that Professor Anand and Professor Sudha, you are satisfied with my answer that when we are talking about the non-linear load, so non-linear here, whenever we are talking about the harmonics into the system, so we are talking about the distortions in the wave shape, distortions in the wave shape, not the power factor. First, distortion in the wave shape, and because power factor is also two types. One is the normal power factor and another one is the displacement power factor, which basically comes from that power factor only. When the current or voltage profile having the harmonics or distortions in their waveform. So, non-linear load, when we are talking about in terms of power electronics, then in that case, your machine, your motor, your load is basically having some converter system in any form, in even diode form also. Means if I will say, for example, again your thermal system, I think some Manoj, I think you just some disturbances coming
Yes,
from
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. I will manage.
I request to all the participant, it is a very great discussion and whenever we are discussing something, so kindly mute yourself after giving your valuable answer so that at least we can discuss in a good manner and whatever I am saying, you can listen clearly because maybe I am wrong at some places, so you can rectify me also. So where I was basically, okay. I'm forgetting it. Okay, no problem. So basically, you are inductive and the resistive load with some rectifier. Yeah. My question was, I think again, house is open for discussion. Very simple question. A simple diode is there, power diode. You can take a power diode. You can take a power diode, and you just take some RL load also. You whatever RL load you want to say, RL load ability, you can take. Now my question is, a simple diode in series with the AC supply in series with the RL load. What the wave shape of the uh, input supply voltage? What will be the wave shape of the input supply voltage? A simple power diode and the RL load in series with supply. You all got my question? I think organizer has mute all the participants. You got my question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you tell me the answer? What will be the wave shape of the supply voltage?
Simple half wave, sir.
Supply voltage. Supply voltage.
AC.
AC means sinusoidal, not AC, sinusoidal.
Natural only.
If it is sinusoidal, so sinusoidal and periodic. Okay, very good answer. Now my second question: what about the wave shape of the supply current?
It will be leads 30 degrees.
Lagging behind the voltage.
Lagging behind, but it is sinusoidal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay,
Sinusoidal.
so it will not be sinusoidal. At some other place we will discuss. You can take my email and you can take my number also from the organizer. At some different place, I will show you that how it will not remain sinusoidal. It will basically pulsating DC. It will be pulsating DC. Having the pulse means only positive cycle will be there, but no negative. So it will not be AC. It will be pulsating DC. That's why we are forcing that don't use simple rectifier for charging your mobiles because they only have the single diode, and single diode will create the your DC basically pulsating DC in the supply side, and that will saturate the core of the transformer. That's why we are saying this. So, okay, maybe at some other places we will see this. So basically, this point that this is the basically your harmonics. Now your current is not sinusoidal. This is not your periodic. Positive and negative is happening. Now you can say it is a continuated waveform. And also, one interesting question was asked to one another professor that, sir, voltage harmonics is there, then it will affect the current harmonic, or current harmonic is there. So my question is, again, my answer is very simple. Majority of the load in industry are RL with converter. So majority of the current harmonics are current harmonics, not the voltage harmonics. And when this current harmonics, fundamental plus current harmonic, fundamental current plus harmonic current, when this current harmonic interact with the system impedance, line impedance, it affect a voltage drop. And due to this voltage drop, the shape of the supply voltage also become contaminated. So first current harmonics is created into the system, and then due to the introduction of the system impedance of the transmission or the distribution line impedance, your voltage profile become contaminated. So first current harmonic, then voltage harmonic. Yes, one answer is applicable here for generating direct voltage harmonic, that is the RC type of load, or a fast switching of the capacitor banks. They will create sudden switching action in the voltage side, not at the current side. But normally the load in the industry is of the dominant load is the RL type with converter section. That's why they will affect first current harmonic, and then voltage harmonics will be produced into the system. And this voltage harmonics will also create problems to those loads which are linear in nature. Because if some load is linear, so definitely its voltage profile will be linear. But due to the PCC, point of common coupling, all load are connected at the same point, those linear load will also be affected. There is, I think, you can understand my point. And I hope that the third participant who asked the question regarding the voltage harmonic and the current harmonic, I am able to give the answer of the question. I want to know from his, what is the concern of that now? Are you able to got your answer?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, I got it.
Okay, thank you. So I hope that this is a very nice and very beautiful interaction with the learned participant from the India. So okay, so now let's move further. Yeah. So now Professor Anand, you can see here also. This is the fundamental third harmonic we can see, and you can see the resultant. So here we can see that you can see the zero crossing. Zero crossing of the first waveform and the last waveform are same. So it will not affect your power factor. But the main problem is that when this type of harmonic distorted waveform, now you can see, sir, it is voltage or current waveform. I can see both because first current harmonic and then interacting with the system impedance, it will also affect the voltage. So I cannot comment that it is a current or this is a voltage. So that's why I am not.
Sir, in this graph, peak value changes.
Peak value will be changes because your whatever the resultant will come, that is depending upon the square root of fundamental square plus whatever the harmonics their individual square divided by the n, where n is the number of harmonics. That's why the
harmonics, yes.
Yeah, that's why the peak is changed.
Sir, this diagram show mainly third harmonics. If harmonics is in
this is for third harmonic. If I will go to the next slide, you can see here very beautiful picture. You can see here there are different curves. Some curve are of gray and one is of the black.
Fundamental
so you can see here first fundamental you can see by gray. Then you can also see third harmonic by gray color, and then you can see fifth harmonic again by gray. And now you
Yeah,
can
yes.
see when third, fifth, and fundamental interact with each other, then see the resultant. See the resultant
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
black one, black one. And definitely it will affect your, because when third harmonic and fifth harmonic will come into the picture, they all have their magnitude. So definitely the magnitude will be increased, because
Yes.
they all have their own magnitude also. You cannot deny that this harmonic will not have the magnitude. That's why we are saying that harmonic will create a problem into the system. If they are not having some magnitude, then what is the need to make filters in the section, in the system? There is no need.
Yes.
And beautifully. And can anybody give me the answer of this question? That again, house is open for the discussion. That if this type of waveform, resultant one, or this type of waveform, third one, or this type of waveform, if I will give to the induction motor, then what impact will be there? House is open for the discussion. You got my question?
Sir, the losses will become more,
Okay, losses will become more. Okay. Any other?
and the output torque
Torque is not
characteristics will also.
proper.
Okay, torque will not remain proper. Okay. Any other?
Sir, even speed also decreased.
Okay, very beautiful answer. Have you heard about the term that due to the vibration, your motor is means moving, that or its different parts is not working due to the vibration. Or you have heard about one very beautiful term, fogging and crawling.
Cogging and crawling. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So basic disadvantage is that. And then the cogging and the crawling, your one professor also gave very beautiful answer regarding the torque. So, but that torque will come due, that is the byproduct of the cogging and crawling problem. That is the byproduct
Yes,
of
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
And now, first we cannot say directly torque. First we should say this thing, and then the torque and the other associated problems will be a byproduct of the cogging and the crawling. And also, if you remember, I'm not the teacher. I'm not the teacher. I'm feeling very much sorry that I'm asking the so much question to you, like the student and the teacher. I'm sorry for
No,
that.
sir. No, it's too important for concept.
Yeah. So, and very important here, I want to ask this question, and I'm not stopping myself also to ask this question. That in the case of induction motor principle, can anybody tell me what is the basic requirement? In the case of induction motor principle.
Rotating magnetic field is required.
Okay. Any other?
A ro-
Any other? This is the very basic thing you are missing. If you understand my concept, then definitely only that person can give the answer of this. I think Dr. Manoj having the idea of this, but I will not say to give the answer of this question because he is a student of mine. So the beautiful answer is, and we already read in the literature also, the first line and the first or second word is a balanced sinusoidal.
Balance sinusoidal wave.
Sinusoidal. So why we are saying sinusoidal? Because that motor should not go in the cogging and the crawling mode. That's why already in every literature you will not find any distorted waveform a three-phase distorted waveform can be applied to the three-phase induction motor winding. No, you will not find this literature. You always find in any literature of any good reputed book or any good professor, you will find only balanced and the sinusoidal. So basically the sinusoidal is only to avoid this harmonics in the system. This is very beautiful question. So that is related to the harmonics. So this, I think this is clear. Okay. So, okay, I'm not reading this. The same thing is here. One professor asked regarding the voltage harmonic and the current harmonic. So here the answer is Harmonic current produced by the nonlinear load injected back into the system, and distort the waveform and increase the magnitude. So while one professor asked regarding the magnitude, I think that now he got the answer, because every harmonic current having its own magnitude. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 plus I5 plus I6 plus I7 up to IN, Now this will increase the magnitude of your source current. And second one, this question was also asked one of the participant. Harmonic current passing through the system impedance cause a voltage drop for each harmonic. Each harmonic is responsible for creating the voltage drop and results in the voltage harmonics appearing at the load and leads to other power quality. These are the some in fact I'm not going into depth because we should also see the time limits. So general is overheating, loss of efficiency, loading, overloading, reduce the life. These are the journals. Okay, yeah, this I want to discuss here before going to the next slide, that how the supply current is distorted. I know that you are very learned professors, and I should not see this slide to you, show this slide to you, but at least maybe some of the researchers are here, and they want that, okay, sir, you talk about very much for the harmonics. Harmonics is this, harmonic will do this, harmonic will do this. Sir, can you simple, by taking a very simple example, can you show us? I think one of the question also I took that if you have a supply and a simple power diode and the other load, then what impact will be there on the supply voltage and the supply current? And a very good discussion was there. The same thing is here. You can see 4 MOSFETs are there, 4 IGBTs you can also take, and 4 having this their pulse. This diagram is not related to any book or any any literature. This is simple rectifier. Input is AC, output is DC. Sir, why you want to show this? Basically, I want to show you that how the supply current contaminated, how the supply current distorted. Only this is the aim, nothing else, nothing else. Now see very beautifully, supply voltage is sinusoidal, very good. Output voltage, second waveform. This waveform is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. So output voltage, we can see this is basically DC. So pulsating DC we are getting, and in the negative side it is going because there is no any freewheeling diode, and due to the inductor present in the load side, that's why it is going into the negative side. So that is not my concern. Third one is not my concern. Fourth one is not my concern. Fourth one is a simple load current. So sir, you are getting a very good load current, and because inductor is having high value, that's why you are getting, because inductor will oppose the rate of change of current. So that's why a linear rise and linear decrement you can see in the linear slope you can see in the load current. So second, third, and fourth, these are not my concern. Because why not not in my concern? Because that is the nature of the load. If you have prepared a rectifier, so output will be DC. So what is new in this? Nothing. But due to the introduction of this rectifier, my dear participants, my dear friends, you can see the wave shape of the supply current. From you can see here the red one, you can see here the red one here, sorry, you can see here from this point the shape is same, because IS, because this is the positive cycle. So for the positive cycle, your load current will follow this envelope and your supply current will follow the same envelope up to this point. At this point, negative half cycle, so your T3 and the T4 and T4, but this current will remain same because it is a rectifier. So output is a DC, but AC, because this is your input supply current. So this is a replica of this in the negative half cycle. In the negative half cycle, IS will remain negative because VS is also negative. Now here you can see two things. One is supply current is becoming contaminated, distorted. According to the Fourier, this is a periodic waveform, and if you will divide this waveform into the fundamental and other harmonic, other periodic terms, which that periodic terms having the frequency which is integer multiple of the fundamental, that is known as the harmonics into the system. So this waveform, red waveform, is consist fundamental plus harmonic. And also you can see that now the zero crossing is shifted. Now you can see the zero crossing is shifted. So zero crossing is shifted due to the inductive present in the circuit. If inductance will absent from the circuit, this portion will be absent and this zero crossing will again come to here. But you can see the wave shape, and this wave shape is coming due to the switching action of the switches, due to the switching action of the switches and the nature of the load. So this type of waveform is propagating back into the system. This type of waveform is propagating back into the system, and it will affect those load. Here you can see my supply voltage is sinusoidal, but this will affect those type of load which is basically linear in nature, but this will affect those loads which are linear in nature, and also with the contact with the system impedance, it will create a drop also. It will create as a drop also. You can see that harmonic profile here, it is 42.43% approximately TSD is there, and different harmonics patterns you can see in this frequency spectrum. This slide is basically very important slide to just show those participants basically who wanted to know, okay, how the supply current is becoming contaminated. These are the different loads: single phase uncontrolled rectifier, single phase semi-control, and all having there, you can see here typical waveforms are there and having their THD profile is there. So as you will increase the number of the pulses, your output current profile will improve and your input current profile will also improve, and your THD will be improved. But you can see here 6 pulse, but it is 12 pulse plus, but you can see here in case of 6 pulse, you will get around, you will have around 6 switches, but in case of 12 pulse, you will around 12 switches will be there. So controlling of the switches is a major typical task in case of the high number of pulses rectifier, and significant amount of the THD also you can see. But controlling of these high number of switches is a typical task. Then before going to the solution, you should also know that a survey should be there. That survey may be a commercial site, at the industrial site. What is the requirement? Requirement is that so that you can get the recent harmonic pattern, you can also get the harmonic analysis, you can design the harmonic mitigation devices also. You will require a hard power quality analyzer. We will require a computer system, AC supply, non-linear load, and then you can get the THD also by this formula. But the main thing which you require is the power quality analyzer. Yeah, this is the first slide. You can see here that you can see in this slide that the current profile you can see is typically like this. So this is not sinusoidal. This is, you can see here, this non-sinusoidal. You can see in the THD table, the harmonic pattern is around 70% total THD with third harmonic, fifth harmonic, different component you can see. These all are the fluke results basically. And in all slided, you can see in all, this is fluorescent tube. So you can see here THD of this pattern. So in all slide, you can see that current and the voltage is not sinusoidal. You can see different types of, this is CFL type of load, diode rectifier type of load. All you can see here, this is AC and the DC adjustable speed drive, means the drive is operated so with some power electronics converter. So here you can see this is a unbalanced type of load. So 78, 67 and 74, this is the THD, different phases. And you can see here third harmonic, fifth harmonic. The harmonic, even harmonic will present or odd harmonic will present. That will depend upon the nature of the load. That will depend upon the symmetry in the load. If it is a half wave symmetry, full wave symmetry, positive cycle symmetry, negative cycle symmetry, based on that you can have even order harmonics or odd order harmonics. These are the different patterns, and in all slide you can see that the harmonic current you can see. This is not the sinusoidal current in all slide. Okay, so basically problem what we have to cover is that we require some load compensation. So the answer is yes. So okay, so you require the management of the power. The answer is yes. Yes, we require the management of power. We require the active power management. We require the reactive power management. We require the harmonic eliminations also with maintaining the relative standards. What are the standards? Basically, we can divide the standards into different types, but mainly two standards are more common, like the one, the IEEE standard, which is the USA based standard. One is the IEC standard, which is the European standard. And the basic difference between IEEE and the IEC is that IEEE gives you the relative harmonic values based on the transmission line voltage. That's be based on the transmission line voltage. And whereas your IEC will gives you the individual load. Individual load means if the individual load is the, if you know, so you can see it's a harmonic pattern from that data sheet. So these two basically you can get directly from the Google site. So harmonic elimination with maintaining relative standards, reactive power compensation, load balancing, and neutral current compensation. If load balancing problem will be there, balancing phenomena will be there, definitely your neutral current will be compensated, and it will basically your neutral wire will not be burnt. Normally, you have seen that neutral wire is slightly black, and after some time it basically also means burnt, basically due to the unbalancing in the load side. These standards I already talked you. So International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC standard, this is European standard, and it basically gives the standard to the equipment level. Okay, whereas your IEEE gives you the standard based on the voltage rating. This is the basic difference, nothing else. Okay, yeah, like this 69 kV and below, and then 69 to 161 and above. So like the 3%, normally we are seeing in the literature of the 5%. Normally we are seeing the 5%, but this is restricted to the 69. And if the system is more than that, then this TSD will become very, very less. Okay. So we started our journey from the smart grid. Then we also see different integrations. We also see some power electronics interfaces, power electronics modulator. Then we also see some applications of these modulator or the converters. Then we also see what are the different advantages of the system. Then after that, we saw that okay, these are the certain, these converters having these advantage, but they have some drawbacks also. We saw different power quality problems, and then we also saw some survey which basically gives us a glimpse of real picture of the current in the industry. Okay, my current is really non-sinusoidal. And then also after that, and that survey is basically required. That survey is required so that you can basically predict about the system. So the final solution is to improve the power quality is the power filter. This is one of the solution. So one is to improve the power quality is the filters, power filter. You can divide your filters into the three category. It may be passive, it may be active, it may be combination of both. But before going to that slide, this is very important, that selection of the power filter means one I think participant told about the dynamic variation in the load side. So that's why nature of the load, you should know in advance that what is the type of load. It is a voltage fed, converter fed, what is the type of load? It is a current source or voltage source, what type of load is there, which type of supply system basically you are taking. It is a single phase supply system, 3-phase 3-wire, 3-phase 4-wire, which type of supply system you are talking about. Which type of compensation we require? We require harmonic compensation, or we require reactive power compensation, load balancing, neutral current, flickering, unbalancing, voltage regulation, or even sag, swell, spike, notches. Which type of compensation in current or in the voltage we require? Or we require compensation of both, because you can get the compensation of both, but then in that case the cost of that filter will be increased. Then also you should know pattern of the load, means it is a fixed type or variable type or the fluctuating type. Then the level of the compensation required, THD, individual harmonic reduction meeting the specific standards, then cost, size, efficiency, reliability, environmental factor. These all will be pollution, humidity. This all will be also a typical task for all this issue. Then This is a solution of the harmonic compensation is the passive filter, active filter, hybrid filter. This all we basically need. This all basically are the need of the present power system. Already passive compensation is approach. Passive compensation or passive approach is in industry since years, since many years. But now many industry, many even if some I think one of the participant is from Maharashtra, so he better know and already we discussed some point in the last presentation. So in that in Maharashtra is the one of the state where the electrical regulatory bodies means your state electricity agencies are basically saying to the industry person that okay, by measuring different THD level, that okay, you have to you have to install the active power filter for reducing the harmonics in your premises, else this much of penalty or else this much of power disconnection will be imposed on you. So that is a very good means starting in Maharashtra. And then hybrid filter is basically, we can say that the combination of passive and active both. You have the variety of the active, so their combination also will be termed as a hybrid. So both of the terms will termed as a hybrid. It doesn't mean that only the hybrid is a different technology. No, combination of passive and active, or active and passive, both having the hybrid topology. In the passive, a harmonic reduction, reliable operation, and then easy design procedure, reactive power compensation. These are some basic advantages of the passive compensation. But easy design procedure, this is the one of the main advantages. But because passive compensation approach is a fixed approach, means if I want to eliminate the fifth harmonic, then I have to design either it is a single tuned or double tuned or multiple tuned. I have to design if that filter which can be trapped fifth harmonic, like seventh, like ninth, or other harmonic pattern. Means if my number of harmonic is more, then according to that I have to install trapped passive filters. This is the basic drawback. And the second drawback which is coming into the picture, that is the resonance problem. So this is the LNC simple tuned field components are there, tuned for the undesired harmonics. You can also say that these passive component, this passive approach is basically a valve for unwanted harmonic. It gives low impedance path to that harmonic so that they can be basically dumbed out into that valve. This is the picture which you can see. We have designed fifth passive compensation approach for fifth, seventh, 11th, and 13, and multiple for that. Yeah, this is the hybrid combination. You can see here that you have the passive series, passive shunt first, then passive series second. For passive shunt, you have the current compensation approach. For the passive series, you have the voltage compensation approach. And in case of the hybrid, you can get the flexibility of both of the approaches. Yes, this is the disadvantage. Resonance is a very typical problem, heavy and bulky, but the main disadvantage is the fixed compensation and tuned for a certain loading condition. This is the basic disadvantage of that. This is the active power filter. This is the solution of that which cancel out the harmonics. It use the switching component like IGBT, or you can use MOSFET or other devices. One filter is needed to eliminate all the unwanted harmonics. And this is a very beautiful thing. You can also have the load balancing or the current neutral current compensation phenomena by this. Reactive power management also you can do quick response, and the major disadvantage is the costly. This is the theme. You have the source, you have the load, and you can see here load current with harmonics. So this is the pattern at the load side, and this is the pattern which we want at the source side, and this is the current. So what I will do, how I will get this current? First, I will do the Fourier analysis of this. If I will do the Fourier analysis of this, I will get this, and I will get replica of this. Replica means 180-degree phase opposed with same magnitude. So this current compose this current plus same magnitude but 180-degree phase opposition current. So at this point, this filter, which is generating the same magnitude as of that current and with phase opposition of 180 degrees, so both will be cancelled out at is this point, or this beyond this, your current will remain sinusoidal. If this will not there, then this IL will remain same as is. Is will remain same as IL. And when this will come into the picture, in that case, your current will remain sinusoidal. This is the three-phase block diagram. So here you can see three-phase source, three-phase load, and the inverter section, which is basically giving you the active power capability. Yes. In brief, because time is short, and again, one of maybe another expert is also waiting after this session, and the main thing is this: that what are the control operation? What are the control operation of this switches? This is the main thing. Means these 6 switches, how you are operating these 6 switches, what are the PWM technique you are using. This 6 switches, instead of this, you can use any multi-level inverter also. That depends upon you. You can use any time domain control algorithm or frequency domain algorithm. That depends upon you. You can use any PQ algorithm, modify PQ algorithm, modify DQ algorithm. There are different algorithm to generate the reference current, and then by comparing the reference current with the actual current, you can generate the gating pulse of these switches. Again, I am saying this 6 switches is a number. It may be 6, it may be 12, it may be more than that. That depends upon which type of inverter you are using. It is a 2-level inverter or it is a multi-level inverter, or depends on that. Classification: shunt, series, and hybrid. For the current problem, shunt; voltage problem, series, and the combination of that. This is the control strategy. I already told you that this is a power circuit, this is a load circuit, non-linear load circuit. We should always require some feedback, reference generator, reference generation circuit, overall controller, PWM strategy, what will be basically used. So a brief of this is you can see here. Yeah. So here the design process of the active power filter, we can see here. Okay, these are the some certain design techniques. Whatever is appropriate here, I'm not discussing any technique. There are different techniques available in the literature, but just I'm showing you that how you can make the filter, active harmonic filter. So basically for that, related to the same slide, we need the power circuit. So power circuit is voltage source inverter. We need the signal sensing circuit. So signal sensing circuit is this. We need the signal amplification circuit, complementary pulse generation circuit, blanking or deadband circuit, or pulse amplification and isolation circuit. Deadband circuit is basically because in the same leg you have different switches. So these switches should not be turned on at the same time. That's why a deadband is required. And for the complementary also, means complementary and then deadband. Complementary and then deadband. A deadband is of the order of 2 to 3 microseconds. And definitely pulse amplification and the isolation circuit are the integral part of the inverter or the power circuit. This is the typical pictorial view. Supply system. You can see here the converter side, and you can use here any microcontroller or any DSpace or any DSP or any FPGA to generate the signals. You can also have some amplification circuit, like you can see here. Yeah, this is the voltage source inverter. So you can see here the snubber and the anti-parallel diode, and you can see the interfacing inductor. So like this, you can also design in your laboratory. This is the sensing circuit. So normally in the laboratory we are using LV25 and LA55 or 25 current sensor and the voltage sensor. This is the voltage sensor. LV means voltage, and you have to also prepare its measuring circuits. You have to also, because in market this is of LEM company. So in market you will not get this PCB. Maybe different types of vendors are there. They are also giving you the PCB where just to give the input and you can take the output. But in some in the raw material, in raw, if you will purchase directly from LAM, you will not get this component on this PCB. This is the customized PCB basically. So this is of designing of that okay, what will be the resistance across which you will measure the output, and this output will go to the microprocessor or the microcontroller. This is for the current sensing. So in general this is like this. So instead of this, you can see here there is no any resistive circuit, but in actual you have to use certain resistance in order to measure the things. You can see here R out is there, and this is the simple amplification circuit. Isolated DC supply section will also there. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, this is the signal amplification circuit. You can use any optocoupler IC, any buffer IC, any operational amplifier like TL081. So that will do the buffer. Output of the output of the current sensor and the voltage sensor is very low. Means if a current sensor or voltage sensor is of the order of 1000/1, it means that if in the primary side 1000 ampere current will flow, then in the secondary side you will get 1 ampere. So from where you will get the 1000 ampere? In the lab. In the lab you will not get that. In the lab you will get a 1 ampere maximum. So if 1 ampere, so it means that at the output side you will get 1 divided by 1000. So means 10 to the power minus 3 ampere. So means it is a very small signal, and that small signal cannot be read by your microcontroller or microprocessor. So for that you have to amplify the signal. That's why this scaling and the buffer circuit is required. You can see here, this is the input voltage waveform order of 100 volt, and this is the after the amplified output 2.07. If you will see the output of this directly at the LAM voltage sensor, you cannot sense it here. So, and this is the dead band. Yeah. So in the same leg, you can see two switches are there. So if they, due to the overlap angle also come into the picture. So these two switches should not be on at same time. So that's why this dead band is this gray. You can see here, this is the dead band basically. This is the blanking circuitry or deadband circuitry, mainly IC 7404 and 7408. These two ICs and 7805, this is the voltage regulator IC, which gives you plus 5 volt. And the main IC is the 7404 and the 7408. And this RC circuit, this tank circuit is basically to generate the deadband time, to set the deadband time basically. Yeah, this is the, you can see here the deadband between these two. This is the pulse amplification and the isolation circuit. So here optocoupler IC TLP250 is basically used, and you can see here this is the input side and this is the output side, and a isolation is there. This isolation is basically to protect the anode to cathode circuit of the switch to the your microcontroller, or you can say gate circuitry. Means if any problem will occur or any short circuit will occur in the anode to cathode circuit, that should not propagated to the gate side. That's why this is the optocoupler IC is basically used. So here it is amplified version of the pulse plus 15 volt, because at least for MOSFET or the IGBT 15 volt pulse is required. So this is the deadband circuit, NOT gate, and amplification circuit, voltage regulator supply. These are the supply. You can make a single transformer also, but the main thing is that their ground terminal should be different. This is the general picture of the laboratory prototype. Here, this is the load section, this is the DSO section, this is the fifth one is the 3-phase 4-leg inverter circuitry, and this is the PCC switch 9 number. 7 number is your load section. This one is load section. This second number is your current and the voltage sensing circuit. This one is there. 10th number is your boost converter, because this is a setup of both means active power filter plus grid tied solar PV system. So here this 16 is the DC bus generation, and PCC there you can basically integrate the solar also. So the general setup is there. So like this. These are the some interesting waveform. You can see here the voltage, the current, source current, S stand for supply, L stand for load, and here the you can see active power filter operation. So after the active power filter operation, you can see your ISR become approximately sinusoidal, ILR, and your ICR. IC is the R is the compensating current. So, and your DC link voltage is also having significant amount around, I think it is simulation, so it may be around 100 volts, not more than that, or 90 volts. This is the case where the load is, I think voltage is unbalanced. So here also this is the unbalanced. So you can see here neutral current of the significant magnitude. Sorry, and you can see here when the active power filter comes into the picture, then the three currents are sinusoidal, and your source neutral current after the compensation is appropriately 0. Sinusoidal and balanced source current after the compensation. So it is observed from this waveform that source neutral current magnitude is constantly reduced after the compensation required. This is one of the main feature also, because you have to reduce the neutral current compensation also. These are the parameters, not the main task. So okay, I am also getting tired because because in morning also my 2 lectures were there. So Dr. Manoj, I want to
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so
Thank you.
house is open for the discussion. Any point you want to discuss, we can discuss. Though I am able to explain only few things, but maybe it will be useful for you.
I think, sir, participants, if you have any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, we conclude the sessions. Okay, sir. I think all participants have already queried you and discussed with you. And
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Generally, these all UPS and power electronic device manufacturers, they have been they come under a regulation that they have to provide the filters for their device so that they don't introduce harmonics into the system current. But
Okay.
is there any such regulation for the general load also?
No,
That is
no,
industrial.
no. As far as our Indian concern, there is no answer is simply no. But for in some developed foreign countries like Singapore or USA based companies, the load is also having this type of features. But for our Indian market, no.
Okay.
That's why the IEC comes in. That's why the IEC come into the picture, because IEC gives you the recommendation for the individual customer, individual load level.
Mm-hmm.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitations and deliver your lecture on the power quality and some hardware implementations. That will be the benefited to participants. And I hope we will be again invite you for the next upcoming assignments. And thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, and this is my good wishes to you. You just organize this type of session. Definitely, this is the right platform for some good
Yes, sir.
discussion
And
with all the faculty member across the country. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And the participants.